professor and grandma take one for the team. Excuse me. English is not my first language. Written on a smart closet. This story was told by the professor in the first lecture of his course to reassure us he wasn't there to screw us. Paul the professor came to my university to his first tenure-track position, and part of his duties was to lecture a course. In order to prevent meaninglessly easy courses, the university had a rule that for any course with more than 20 students, the average grade could not be higher than 90. Paul teaches his course for the first time, grades HW, and writes the test, aiming for an average around 85. Apparently he either underestimated his students' teaching abilities, or overestimated how hard the test was, because the final average was well above 90. Now Paul didn't want to start docking twice as much points for a given mistake to students because of his mistake. And he sure didn't want to have a situation where someone else deducts points by some random logic. Paul then thought about the students that didn't finish the course and how that would have reduced the average, and realized there was nothing stopping him from enrolling in the course. He enrolled himself into his own course in the online system, even though the final was already over, gave himself a 0, and saw the average go down by a few points. However, the average was still above 90. So talked to his grandmother, who has nothing to do with the university, and signed her up for the course as well. Of course, since Granny didn't submit any of the HW, nor did she take the test, he had no choice but to give her a failing grade, bringing the class average below 90. That is the dumbest rule I've ever heard of a university having. Written on a smart closet. Well, that's a new one. Excuse me. English is not my first language. Written on a smart closet. Am I the only one thinking he wrote this from Hogwarts? So lazy, school admins. Instead of implementing peer reviews or making the department heads check up on their professors from time to time, instead implement an easily circumventable, potentially impossible without intentionally failing someone rule. Sounds about right for disconnected admin. If that's true, it's pretty funny. Smart closet? This class is so easy, even my grandma could ace it. Not. What in the fuck is this university thinking? What university allows people to enroll in a course after the final is over? What university allows people who have not been admitted, no student ID, no tuition plus fees, etc., to enroll in a course? Very odd. Did you mean to say, written on a smart fridge? I mean, yay, that's a pretty cool story, but what the heck is a smart closet? Bell curving seems easier than enrolling Granny. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. That's what the 90 average rule sounds like. Basically, a measure that ends up being turned into a target. I wish I had a smart closet.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.